Many people don't know this about me. I once had the opportunity, I was an undercover narcotics agent in a high school. I was so deep undercover, I didn't know that I was a narcotics agent. I had the opportunity, which I didn't see as an opportunity at the time, to change high schools for my senior year. That was rough. It was something that my father agonized over. He did not want to change jobs, but he was given the choice of taking a promotion and moving to Annapolis, where the company headquarters was. I'd grown up in Illinois, or being unemployed. And he was too close to retirement to be out looking for another job. He agonized over it, and he took the job, and we had to move. So I was moving to a whole new school for my senior year, and I saw this as a horrible, sad, rough thing, and I cried a lot. But it wasn't, I saw the silver lining. I saw the opportunity, the blank canvas, to reskin myself, to decide who I wanted to be, because I was going into this new place where nobody knew me. So I moved to Annapolis during the summer, which was so much cooler than the town that I came from. They had a Tower Records, and I found all of these new musical artists, Tori Amos, and I discovered Leonard Cohen for the first time. That was so cool. And downtown, there was this cool coffee shop that had poetry readings, and I got into that. And there was a shop called the Big Iguana, so I started buying all these clothes from Guatemala. I felt like an artist. I was already into theater, but I suddenly felt like an artist. So I had this thin veneer of a different person that I was wearing on my first day of school. And people would see the way I was dressed, and they'd come up and be like, "Dude, you like the Grateful Dead?" "Yeah." "What's your favorite song?" Like, I've heard their music before. So I was in the theater department. I'm hanging out with these people who do go to Grateful Dead concerts. And I was kind of with this crowd that I knew smoked pot. I knew that they were drinking alcohol, but for some reason, they never invited me to their parties. And after I'd been there for about 2 months, I found out that there was a rumor going around the school that I was a narcotics agent. I mean, it makes sense. This guy transfers into the school. He's 6'2", has a full beard, doesn't look 17 to me. And we're asking him questions about this stuff, and he can't really answer them. They were like grilling me at lunch. So I went through my entire senior year with this shadow of suspicion upon me. But eventually graduated, and I went on to community college. So it's a year and a half after I graduate from college. I'm backstage. It's opening night of the play Hello, Dolly, which I was cast in. And I'm talking with this other guy. I was playing Ambrose Kemper, and this other guy's playing like a waiter. He's got a small parts. And one of the neat things about that community college was anybody could be in the plays. You didn't have to be a student there. You could just pay a small fee, activity fee, come in and audition. So I was talking to this guy who I thought was just another student. He looked kind of young. And I found out he was significantly older than he looked. And then I found out he was a police officer. And then I found out he had been a narcotics officer. So I told him my story. And this is opening night of the play. We're back like whispering, back behind the curtains, waiting for our cues. And his face turns white. And then there's a little bit of green kind of sneaks into his face, which if you're colorblind might have looked pink. And then his face just turns bright red, and he literally falls to the floor. And I was afraid he was having a seizure, but then I realized that he's laughing and trying so hard to hold it in because he can't laugh out loud because there's a play going on right there. He eventually pulls himself together, stands up, and he looks at me and he says, "You didn't have your hair wasn't that long in high school." "No." He said, "You went to Annapolis High School." I said, "Yeah." "I was the narcotics officer at your school that year, and I'm the one who started the rumors about you." And I'm really sorry, man. Thank you.